lab guys are gonna sieve it. What's the size of the sieve?
What?
What's the sieve size?
1/2 millimeter.
Oh.
Is this video?
It is.
We're gonna be famous.
Okay, so they've sieved it now. So the sediment is through the sieve. And they're just gonna get all the little critters down into one corner, and then they're gonna be pouring them into a bottle, a jar. So this is getting the infaunal sample into the jar. That's how we do it.
We wing it.
Yeah, every time it's a little different, isn't it?
Yep.
And those little worms get stuck. Go ahead. Those little worms get stuck in the sieve. That's what Kate's doing now. Pulling some out with tweezers, as we did. Over your shoulder.
Doesn't want to come out.
Now it's just a matter of cleaning up. I missed a step here. I forgot to film the formalin going into the jar. Now you top off the jar.
Put 95 milliliters of formalin. Topped off with seawater. That will be ducting.
The formalin station is behind the wet lab. So we don't have to deal with any formalin fumes in here. And then it goes into one of these coolers. These are the coolers that we have set up with a bunch of samples in them. The grain size samples actually go up to the lab, which is up at the top of the stairs there, into a refrigerator. And that's the whole process.